Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Me, Medicine and Melodies podcast. So today I'm here with a brand new topic. The topic is all about the cravings for the junk food, their harmful effects and how to avoid such kind of cravings. Now, we should try to understand that addiction to junk food is basically not a normal thing. It's a kind of a complex process. And this is due to the etiology of this particular habit formation is under the influence of a lot of factors. There are biological factors, there are psychological factors, and there are environmental factors. Now, I would first of all give you some key reasons why people eat a lot of junk food or they get into the habit of eating junk food. I know today is a Saturday and you might all be clicking on your Zomatos and Swiggies and ordering some junk food or preparing some junk food at home, but we still need to talk about this important topic. It's getting, this problem is getting deeper and denser day by day and spreading amongst a lot of population. We need to talk about it. First of all, the basic reason is that the junk food contains a lot of fat and sugar. So a lot of fat and sugar content does what to our body? It helps in the release of dopamine. So all these high content of salt, sugar, fat, they cause the release of dopamine. Dopamine is a kind of a neurotransmitter, you might have heard about it, which is related to the pleasure and satiety. A person gets a feeling of reward, and so a person slowly repeatedly gets addicted to junk food because of this neurotransmitter release again and again and having the feeling of reward, satiety again and again. Then when you once get that feeling, a kind of reinforcement occurs, and that makes it into habit formation or behavior formation. So a person wants to eat more of these foods and get to realize and feel the same sensation again and again. So that is the biggest problem, and that is why people have cravings of junk food. Second important thing, the junk foods are super damn tasty. They are extremely hyper palatable. Very, very tasty foods are there. They have a lot of lovely, wonderful tastes, flavors, textures. Look wise, they are wonderful. And they are made in such a way that appeals to the senses of everybody. So once a person starts eating, or you or me start eating, it's very difficult to control oneself. There is an internal struggle of overeating also. Because when you like that particular sensation and it's so appealing, then there is a lot of binge eating and overeating. Next, let's talk about the brain chemistry. What is going on inside the brain? There is a kind of neuroadaptation that is going on inside the brain. Repeatedly consumption of the junk food forms a pattern, neuro pattern in the brain, and there is a change in the chemistry of the brain. Especially in the reward circuits, there is a change in the reward circuits. So, the brain also craves for the junk food to get the same reward again and again. There is a cycle of overconsumption, a vicious circle is formed, and then leads to a lot and a high level of cravings from the brain, from the gut, and that is a kind of a craving that is similar to the addictive substances like drugs. I should not use such substance. That is not comparable to food at all, but the craving, the sensation, the feeling are all similar. The habit formation is similar pattern. Then there is a different kind of, another kind of etiology, emotional eating. When a person is in a lot of stress, a lot of discomfort, then people eat junk food to comfort themselves, to get the reward, satiety. People want to curb their sadness, solitude, boredom, and emotional problems by eating junk food. So there is a kind of association between the junk food and a kind of sensation of relief or pleasure. So emotional triggers, they also kind of reinforce the habit formation of eating junk food. And such kind of habits are very difficult to break. When a person is in depression, then a person eats more of junk food, and it's very difficult to break such kind of habits. Another reason, marketing availability. We have Zomato, we have Swiggy. On one click, we get everything. The junk food is heavily marketed, and it targets everybody, each and everyone, including you and me, in such a way that's so difficult to control, especially on the weekends or on any events or occasions, or even if people want to celebrate a very minute thing, people go for junk foods. That drives the kind of consumption of these junk foods in such a high amount that people tend to get into the addiction of junk foods. Junk foods are associated with bright colors, catchy jingles, all those advertisements, lovely people, your favorite actors and actresses marketing the junk food. It's very difficult to control all these kind of things. Accessibility. I told you, on one click they are accessible at home. They take special instructions also, delivery instructions also, and everything is available on one click. They are all kind of as far as the charges are concerned, they give heavy discounts also. So it's very accessible. That is why people tend to form a habit. Now, another problem with the junk foods is that junk foods have empty calories. You think you are eating a lot of nutritional food. No, you are not. You are eating simply empty calories. And that all leads to nutritional deficiencies. So nutritional deficiencies cause the craving more. And that strengthens that cycle of junk food consumption, or the vicious circle. And last but not the least, there are many social and cultural influences. Any kind of event, celebration, or any kind of social event, cultural event, any kind of celebration involves the eating of junk food. At all the age levels, from kids to the old people, everybody wants to have junk food. There's a gathering, there's a social outing. It cannot be completed without junk food. People don't want to have the homemade food. That is so boring, so bland. The social norm also reinforces this kind of habit-forming behavior, and people tend to eat more of junk food. In some cultures, you might be very surprised to know that junk food eating is a kind of regular practice of daily life. It's a kind of tradition of life. And that is so frightening. That is so unhealthy. Now, after knowing all these things, the question arises how to get rid of it. So breaking the addiction of the junk food is very, very challenging. You know, I know, we are in the trap, or we are all caught in this trap, or once in a while we have been caught in this trap somewhere. And if people have got out, that is nothing better than that. But those who are still in that trap, they are struggling hard to get out of that trap if they have the awareness. So what you need to adopt a kind of a combination of strategies, physical, psychological aspects you have to take into consideration to break this habit formation of eating a lot of junk food or binge eating. First of all, gradual reduction. You have to cut back slowly. Instead of eliminating all at once, though many people do it with a strong determination. If you don't have a strong determination, I don't have a strong determination, so cut back slowly. You can reward yourself once a week, and this will help your mind and your body to adjust to this kind of practice. When you don't eat junk food for 5 or 6 days, reward yourself on the 7th day. So your body will be adapted that manner. Next, whenever you eat junk food, eat small portions. Don't eat a lot of junk food. That makes craving more strong. So eating small portions will break down the cravings. and your habits also. You have to identify the triggers. What is the basic underlying problem? Is it emotional stress, discomfort, depression, boredom, solitude? Is it a kind of nothing is the problem, still you're eating junk food? That is also a problem only. So you have to identify what is your basic problem, and if there is no problem, then better avoid the junk food. You should try to find alternatives to junk food. Find some healthier fried snacks initially, and then cut down them also later on. But initially you can find some healthier options. You can take help of meditation, talk to a friend, talk to your relatives, your parents, your guardians, whosoever can help you out, talk to them. Meal preparation is an important part of avoiding junk food. If your meal is not prepared, you tend to jump into the junk food. So better start meal preparation, meal planning, and find out healthy alternatives, snacks like nuts, fruits, your delicious yogurt, custard, whole grain crackers. And there are so many options available in the market these days of healthy food also. Yeah, that is also heavily marketed, but we need to find it out. If we don't find it out, then our brain only and only thinks of junk food. Next, focus on the food. You have to focus on what you are eating. You don't get distracted. Be very, very mindful of what you are eating. Avoid distractions. Increase the nutrient intake. Start reading the labels of ingredients on the food. And aware yourself. Get aware and think about yourself, what you are eating. Is it empty calories? Is it nutrition? Is it good for your body? Is it not good for your body? You have to be very mindful. Drink plenty of water. That will also help to avoid junk food. And it curbs down the cravings also. So you have to take care that you take adequate amount of protein, carbs, and everything so that satisfies your body and there are no nutritional deficiencies. Nutritional deficiencies also bring a lot of cravings. You have to go for techniques for stress management, curb down your depression, and you have to take support of finding out curing such kind of problems if they are present within your lifestyle or within yourself. You have to take care of your daily routine. You have to adopt yoga, meditation, deep breathing exercises. Talk to a therapist, talk to a counselor, physician who can help you to develop healthy lifestyle and healthy habits. Now, one important thing is out of sight, out of mind. Don't keep junk or any such kind of unhealthy things in the home also. Once they are out of your sight, then it becomes out of the mind also. Delete all the unhealthy apps, especially when you are breaking the habit. Delete the Zomato, delete the Swiggy and other kind of delivery apps. Whenever you shop for food, go for healthy shopping. Eat good healthy food. Try to pick healthy choices. Try to avoid refined flour. That is the first step. Biscuits also you don't take of refined flour, you take of wheat or other grain which is good for your body. Take small steps. Don't take a big leap. Don't try to take a big leap. It will never happen in one night. Small steps will bring you better results and reward progress. 5 days you don't eat, 6 days you reward yourself. And that's how you will stay motivated also. Educate yourself. Understand nutrition. Start reading the labels, ingredients, everything behind whatever you are eating. Stay aware. Then you should be able to tell to someone what you're eating. Write down on a pen or paper what you're eating daily. Accountability is very helpful. Maintain a journal. Surround yourself with people who support healthy eating. If your friends don't support healthy eating, don't surround yourself, especially when you're breaking the habit. Try to avoid such kind of friends who don't give you healthy food, who don't support you or motivate you for healthy eating. You can seek the help of dietitian, nutritionist, therapist. Especially when you have emotional problems, go for a therapist. That helps in treating the psychological aspect of the food addiction. And if you want to change your eating habits, you want to be under a kind of a stick go for a nutritionist or dietitian. These days they demand a lot of money also, so that is how you'll get to be disciplined on your food. Exercise regularly, that will help to release some good hormones and neurotransmitters that will avoid cravings. That will keep your mood also elevated. You can manage your stress also by exercising daily. Be consistent. Even if you cheat in the beginning, again and again, forgive yourself. Don't get into the guilt trap also, and start quickly from the next day again. Don't feel guilty when you are breaking your habit. You may not be successful 100 times, but the next 101st time you will be successful. It's a simple game of practice. And even if you cheat, don't curse yourself. Don't get into that guilt trap. That is a dangerous trap, and that spoils the basic therapy only. So avoid the guilt trap, forgive yourself, and get it back to the work again. Now, as being a doctor, there are medications, Orlistat is there, liraglutide are there. They are helping in the management of weight. Some medications affect the neurotransmitters like bupropion, naltrexone. Some medications are for the mental health like selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. They help to curb down depression, topiramate. There are sometimes some certain kind of supplements available in the market, fiber supplements, 5-HTP, that is hydroxytryptophan, chromium picolinate. There are certain kind of nutritional aids and supplements, and there are medications for binge eating disorder which are approved by FDA also. Lisdexamfetamine is a kind of a medicine which is approved by FDA to stop the binge eating. And then there are many cognitive behavioral therapies also. But I would say medicine is the last resort, and it should be no resort actually. Medicine have their own side effects. That is the truth, and you should know that. So better go for lifestyle changes and personalized treatment with the help of dietitian, therapist, and some neutral aids which don't affect your body negatively. Lifestyle changes slowly and small, consistent steps that you will take for yourself that will help you. So in the end, it's not at all impossible to break the habit of this junk food eating. You need to work upon it. Initially, you will fail many times, but you will be successful ultimately. It's just a basic idea of changing the brain pattern, adaptation of the brain, training yourself, changing your neurochemical patterns in the brain, decreasing the cravings and cravings, depressing the thought of the junk food, elevating behavior, moods, and be very mindful about some healthy practices in life, some good nutrition, food, and everything that will make you healthy in life. That's all for today in Me, Medicine and Melodies podcast. Hope you like this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.